Yeah. Yeah.
We are live. If everyone would just bear with us as we get set back up.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't. I. It's like. I. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. My camera does not work, or I don't know. It doesn't show me. Then my sound doesn't work. I mean, this is just like a complete Uranus nightmare, I guess. Um, but I said what I said earlier is just, we are in the stream again. It is going on. It is not ended yet. It should be visible again on the YouTube. Again, very sorry about everything that is happening at the moment with this technology. I don't know why it is malfunctioned, but maybe Ursula, you could say something again about the Wednesday show.
Yeah. So we are here. Oh, there's an echo.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are here to introduce Cafe C.
Still an echo.
Is that better? Does somebody have it going on their phone or?
I think there is an echo.
Is that better now?
Yeah, that should be.
That's better. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We were introducing our talk show at ASTROMEGISTUS, and I am a co-host of the Wednesday show, and we are titling it Wax Hermetic in honor of Wednesday being Mercury's day of the week, and in honor of ASTROMEGISTUS just being extremely tied into that Hermes energy anyway. And my co-host Elise and I will be pretty much talking about the reintegration of spirit into our daily lives through the lens of astrology and all of the hermetic arts that go along with that. So we're going to start off. Our first show is going to be all about how we lost the connection in the first place and the destruction of that and where it originated historically. And then we will be pulling in topics through every show and threading through just the lived experience of astrology and how to reintegrate the connection and the tools that from the ancient arts that have been kind of lost. And our show will be on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time to 1 p.m. So an hour every Wednesday. And when Elise rejoins, she can introduce herself and talk about herself as well. But my whole philosophy with astrology is just bringing down the cosmic energy into the lived experience through learning about your natal chart, writing about astrology, talking about astrology, and just diving deeply into the esoteric, but making it practical for everyday life.
Thank you very much. And I just wanted to say that the official launch time is 11:44 Central Time. So we just passed it by 1 minute. And the website, basically, this is the website that you're looking at, is officially available. So that was part of the talk show today, of course, that we're actually taking a look at that and welcoming the baby basically into this world. 11:44 today, the 17th of October, is meant to be its official launch time. And basically, this is the website, what it looks like right now, the homepage that you see. If you want to have information on what you can do with ASTROMEGISTUS, here we have our avatar, which is HT. He will guide you through everything by speaking, but you can also read the key features. That's basically what he's talking about. And then you can decide to become a member on the website. And if you scroll down, you can actually see the features, the readings that we have So additional readings, you would click on here, and down here at the bottom, we come back to Cafe C and actually the podcast that will start in November, which is called HT's Den. When that starts going, all that will be listed down here under this week's media event. As you see, it gives you the name, it gives you the date and the time, and also who's on there, who's basically available at that time, the two hosts that you just get to know in this meeting today. And to show you real quick as far as readings goes, so you do have HT again, this time telling you about what kind of readings are available, starting with our flagship, and then we have the readings. Each reading then has also a detailed part, and when you go in the detailed part, you can then go ahead and start booking if you like. The same thing then happens here with the coachings. So we have a little talk about the coaching and the 3 different type of coachings that you can book, and then basically that's it on the product page. Of course, we are very happy if you look around on the website, membership, about us, contact, career, and news. As far as news goes, I would like to show that real quick as well. It's not necessarily news like what's going on in the political world and all that. It would be more like astrology-related news, ASTROMEGISTUS-related news. Of course, also talking about the talk show and the podcast. If something is happening, like in announcing a special guest or something like that, would be happening here. So these are the places where you could look for information. And then I think let's go back to our show, and we continue with our people that need to introduce themselves. And Annie, you were giving such a beautiful information on everything. Can you please tell us about the dynamic duo one more time? Annie, can you hear me? It looks like we're still having problems. Annie, can you hear me? Can the rest of you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
No? Well, Annie seems to have technical problems like I do. So let's move from Thursday to Friday, and we still have Helen with us. Helen, could you please, you hear me, Helen, right?
Yeah, I hear you fine, and Ollie's here as well. So
Okay, yes.
he's my partner in crime
Okay.
on a Friday, yeah. So we're Ollie, which is a mixture of our names, Oliver and Helen, and we're going to provide the Friday fun, ASTROMEGISTUS, in our talk show. We're both based in Europe. I'm UK and Ollie's in Spain. So we were just thinking what we would have in Cafe Day, and I was saying, it would be a cup of tea, really. Probably something, made with tea leaves and poured out the teapot and very fine bone china, because that's a really nice way to do it. But Ollie, what were you going to have?
I'm going to have a latte.
A latte, that's it. We're going to start off with a chat show about synastry, and we're going to look at our synastry and sort of our immediate reaction to meeting each other and our charts being thrown together, almost like a meeting chart, which you can do in relationships, these kind of things, and that'll lead us on to some broader themes. But then Ollie's really got a cracking show for Halloween planned the following week, so I'm going to hand over to Ollie, and he can just explain the kind of depths and murks and darkness that we're going to travel into there.
We are going to cover some like a funny part of astrology related to Halloween. So we will see general aspects about the elements, the signs, and how some planets might behave in terms of fear. And then we will analyze briefly some interesting charts about popular characters, so that we can see how there's a connection between the underworld in their charts. And I think that's a good opportunity, that's Halloween, to explore how dark energies are expressed in the natal charts.
We said we were going to also look at fear and how that manifests for people in the natal chart as well. It seems a good day to do it on. As an astrologer, I've been studying astrology for 40 years. I've also got a background in education over 30 years, worked a lot with families and teams. In terms of astrology, I love it all. I'm qualified from the London School of Astrology and the School of Traditional Astrology, so I've got a real fascination with the ancient methods as well. So that's kind of like I'll turn my hand to pretty much anything, but I'm a sun and moon Sag with all mutable angles in the chart. So if you don't know what that means, you need to book a reading.
That sounds wonderful. And by the way, where do you guys see, meaning the Friday guys now, the Ole, where do you guys see the show developing to? Like, do you have any kind of like,
Yeah, it's going to be some fun.
Exactly. So what can people expect like 6 months from now when everything is like, running and working and you're really familiar with how things are? Where do you see yourselves as a team and where your show is? Is it more like a European kind of taste of astrology, or because you're both located in Europe, one in Spain, one in Britain? Do you see there's a difference between like what people experience in one place over another? Like how do we see like what is different and special about your show versus maybe another show?
I think we aim to have a lot of fun but also talk seriously and get down to the depths of what people want. So we'll probably respond to the audience, Jay, and as their questions come in, as they get more used to us, I think they'll see a bit of daftness from me and Ollie as we share things from the week. So there'll be some light-hearted moments, but there's also those opportunities to really get down to what people want to know about astrology. But the key thing is that we explain it in a way that folks understand, and it's not just so full of technical jargon as astrology can be.
Absolutely. And now Helen disappears. We really have a great technology issue here this morning. It's almost comical. Like I would like to know what kind of situation is going on in the heavenly skies. I mean, we know the elective chart. I sort of know what's happening, but it's kind of funny how it's like now my camera doesn't work, and Oliver and Helen are basically out of the studio at the same time. It's just weird.
But I don't know if Ollie wants to say where he thinks our show is going to be in six months' time, Ollie.
Yes.
Sorry, I had no connection for the last 15 seconds.
Not just you, Helen the same. Both of you dropped out. It's like we start talking about you guys, and both of you drop out of the room.
We have to pop to the loo, Jay, yeah?
I don't know what's going on. Like you see, I'm not visible anymore. I can do whatever I want. My camera says I'm showing, and I'm not showing. I'm the ghost. I'm the ghost of the cafe now. So
Jay was asking us where we think the show's going to be in 6 months' time.
In 6 months' time, well, I don't know, because I think it's a journey we are starting right now. So I think it's something it will evolve. Probably, I don't know. I suppose that we will engage more with the audience, and maybe it's more dynamic, and then we will decide how we want to continue in the lifestyle, and I don't know exactly, but I suppose that it will be deeper, more engaging, entertaining, and I'm very excited to see what happens in 6 months' time. Yeah.
That sounds great. And speaking of which, like I said, it's a very colorful live streaming today with technology not working, people dropping in and out. So it's like we could call it Cafe Chaos probably rather than Cafe C. But now that we have Molly and Latricia joining us, we already talked about our day. So Latricia, real quick, that you're up to speed. So I talked about what we're going to show, and that actually happened to be the part that is still recorded. And then just after I was done, everything crashed. We talked for 20 minutes and didn't realize, well, sort of not realize that we were off live. So, if you want to talk a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, our team has been covered with being the blast from the past. So it's just about you. And then after you, probably Molly can say a little bit about her being part of the Moonlit Muses.
So hi, everybody. I am Latricia. I have studied horror at the STA School of Traditional Astrology. I am currently a student at Kepler College, and I am the other half, maybe the more funner half of our 90s Blast from the Past show on Tuesday. So I can't wait to get on with Jay. We can talk about all the fun things in terms of astrology. Jay, did you tell them about our subject that we're probably going to go on for Tuesday?
Yeah, I said for Tuesday. No, I didn't cover the Saturn part yet. No.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about how a lot of us, some of us that are people of a certain age, that are going through a chaotic time right now, social political standings, not being a part of it, and going into our different phases of life. So think about your Saturn returns, your Neptune squares, your Uranus oppositions, and how that can affect you and your life, and ways to hopefully manage it. So that's what we got so far. And then maybe a little more into shadow work as we proceed. And I think what else are we going to have after that, Jay? Uh-oh, did I lose him? Jay, click twice if you're in danger.
I think we're too hot. We got the studio on fire.
Right. I think, aren't we about to hit the shadow period for Mercury retrograde? I was thinking about that as we
Soon.
were
Next month.
going through stuff.
Well,
Yeah, and the
and
Uranus is retro.
And also Mercury creeping closer to Mars. It's technically in conjunction
Yeah.
an orb to Mars in Scorpio. So very intensity and some unseen forces at play.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Sounds like this is plenty of things to work around and talk about since we're just hanging out and trying to see what's going on.
This is one of the things I
everybody-
would call astrologer good. It's like an unfortunate
Can't hear you,
circumstance,
Ursula.
but it
Uh-oh, what happened?
Let's have
Can you
Molly
hear me now?
introduce
He said I am down.
Maybe
Oh,
let's have
no.
Molly introduce herself before we get missing again. Because Molly didn't go.
Oh yeah, let's talk. Is Molly here? I can't see everybody. Okay, there you are. Yes. Hi, Molly. Don't mind me. I used to work on a podcast, so I just kind of fall into it. Go for it.
Molly,
And
we
Jay,
don't hear you.
Jay, your friendly ghost is back too.
Uh-oh.
You guys can hear me now, right?
Did Molly go away? No,
Yes.
she's still here.
Yeah, Molly is here, and I should
Okay.
be audible.
I thought it was me. I was like, did my sound go out?
Molly, we don't
Now
hear
you're
you.
audible, Jay.
Yes.
Yeah, can't hear Molly.
Yeah, Molly's not.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Hi all. Nice to meet you.
but I love that you guys debate what's going on in the world right now. I mean, it literally is. I mean, maybe the universe wanted us to be kind of like, experiencing this chaos, so we get started like a cafe. We talk to each other. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Chase is trying to, come in all the time. So I'm adding him. Then he's dropping out again with his phone. Then the whole thing just drops. Then it's just funny. And then when Helen and Oliver talk, they drop out of the meeting room for no reason. The second they start talking, it's just really weird. But okay, and then I'm losing my sound, and my camera definitely does not want to cooperate anymore. I don't know what else I should do. I did what you suggested. That's why I also just went off with my microphone, because I turned it off, but then there's no way to turn it back on again. So I had to refresh myself. But yet again, it says it's basically my light is lit for the camera, but you don't see me. So for some reason, it just doesn't want to work. So I'm the ghost of the show here. I'm the cafe friendly Casper ghost, whatever. So yeah, it must be the Mercury conjunct Mars. But you know what? The funny thing is, in my natal chart, I do have Mercury conjunct Mars as well. So
Well,
they should be friendly with me.
I love
interesting.
our cafe having a ghost already. That's exactly
Yeah,
the kind
I
of
know.
cafe I want to hang out in. I don't know about you guys. I have an 8th house stellium. I'm in it for
You're
I
in
want
it.
I'm here. I want the ghost of the cafe.
Well, you know, and the
present.
funny thing is after all, Cafe C plays in Stella Mansion, which is, actually a palace or castle, basically. So yeah, I'm the castle ghost now, the castle cafe ghost.
I'm here for
Anyway,
it.
yes,
Well,
I
interesting.
you have to take it with a grain of salt, otherwise you go crazy. Anyways, Molly, are you ready to talk about yourself? Hopefully you're not fading out.
I'm here.
Great.
I love that this is like a Brady Bunch of astrologers,
Yeah, no kidding.
the little tiles. So my name is Molly Bakula. I have been a student of astrology for over a decade. I've studied traditional Hellenistic, Vedic astrology, and my real purpose with astrology is to help creatives, visionaries, just anyone really connect with their dharma, their purpose, and align that with timing. So I help people use astrology in a very strategic way and to bring clarity so that they can be, acting in their full purpose and activating their gifts. And I am part of the Moonlit Muses with Eva, and our show obviously is on Mondays, Moon Day. And we are going to be exploring various topics as it aligns to where the moon is. And so our first episode will be we're talking a little bit about Venus, relationships, and bringing in those Libran themes.
Since we have the new moon in Libra, plus it's going to be a new moon on Tuesday, so it's perfect.
Yep.
Molly, do you want to see what we're going to speak about or
Oh,
topic?
well, for our first episode, we're going to be talking about what women want. We're really getting into the theme of Venus and how Venus manifests in a chart, how it plays into our desires, our attachments, and how we express and want to receive love and beauty and harmony.
We're going to attempt to answer the $1 million question, which nobody has figured out yet, what women actually want.
Well, you know what? I think if you figure that one out, you'll get a Nobel Prize.
We're on it.
I love that.
So
It's always changing, like the moon.
it sure is. It really is, I guess. Well, but then again, wouldn't that be the theme of astrology? But obviously the planets move any moment of time, and the moment they move, everything changes, right? So nothing is static in astrology. Nothing is static in our life. Everything is constantly on the go.
Actually, it's very interesting. I wanted to bring this. Like, I'm looking at the transits right now where I'm at, and right now we're under the ascendant of Capricorn, which the ruler Saturn right now is in Pisces retrograde in the 3rd house.
Where you're at, right?
I'll explain it then.
You're using. You have to look at central. This is where the company is located at. You have to look at the central time. We're a little bit an hour behind.
Okay.
I also just really feel like that's North Node Pisces, which we were talking about. We do just have to go with the flow. But the fact that Neptune is still it's on, the world axis, like on, I feel like we're opening a vortex of some nature, and it's still retrograde.
Yep, and somebody had their phone on. That would probably be Richard. Richard, you have your phone on speakerphone. Everybody hears it.
Oh, sorry. Everything's echoing.
Yeah, that's the reason. But while you're talking, you might as well contribute now that you're visible again. So we didn't hear what you said earlier, actually, because we were cut off with the live stream. Can you repeat one more time what you said about yourself? Well, now your microphone is off. You need to activate it. Yes.
Apologies. I'm echoing. Something wrong with my lap. All right.
Like I said, we're all technologically definitely challenged today.
It's the same story in Central Time.
Yeah.
That's
It's
right.
like we're not this chaotic when we're astrologers working with clients, promised. But yeah, we do. I do hear myself, and we hear everything because you have your speaker on. So we don't hear
Turn it
you,
off.
but we hear everything else. Yes. So now, could you talk, Richard? Nah, but now he doesn't hear me. Oh boy. Richard, hello.
I don't. I'm trying to mic off because it's out.
Can you talk about yourself one more time? We did not have you on the live stream earlier. Nope. It seems like everybody else hears everything double, but he
My
hears
name is
nothing.
Erd.
Oh, here he goes. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's going.
And nothing again.
Arius.
No, that doesn't work. Nope, there's no sound. Like I said, it's really the weirdest thing. Almost the second one of you guys is, including myself, is on. All of a sudden, the microphone doesn't work. You drop out of the room. It's like
They're too hot.
yeah, there really is some intelligence going on. that is just making this kind of like the Funhouse show, I guess. So it is what it is. I mean, it goes back to what I said earlier. Maybe the universe just wants to show everybody that this is actually we work with the flow of the energies. That's all we can do. That's what we as astrologers do. We look at what's going on in your life and we try to make the best of it, right? So I probably don't want to keep everybody up any longer because it doesn't look like it's getting any better what we're looking at here. So, but in essence, you see what the cafe is like. The website has officially started. I really appreciate everybody's effort to make this happen. Appreciate everybody's hard work to get where we are at the moment. That includes people that are visible right now. It includes everybody who's working in the background, the programming side, the social media part, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of reasons to be grateful for. And like I said, we are probably experiencing some of the issues that we experienced because this is the first time we do this together. But, I'm happy that we are in the process of getting it all going. And I'm very sure that within the next few weeks, all these little issues are going to be taken care of. And you will have a more streamlined and a more perfectionist kind of situation going on. Is there any last words that the cafe wants to add to this? Any contributions?
Yeah, I just wanted to know where we was Wax Hermetic on the original live stream, or did we readdress in the reboot?
No, you had to readdress in the reboot.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't present, so I'm just going to say hi. I'm Elise, and I'm super excited to talk with Ursula. Join us at noon on every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern time. I do not know what that is in other time zones other than I imagine it's 3 o'clock Pacific. But yeah, thanks. And we're looking forward. Check us out.
Thank you very much. Yes. Ursula was catching up your part of the show itself, but yeah, you were missing as the individual. Thank you for adding that. See, now Helen keeps writing me that she can't hear anything. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know what's going on here. We play like musical chairs with with sounds and cameras and everything. It's really the most bizarre thing ever. But
whoa, look at me glitching. That's crazy. I'm telling you, that is like.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, we literally have some like ghost in the machine going on here right now, you know, and nobody is spared, you know. It's like that's why this should be maybe it's going to be like featured as the funniest launch show ever on this planet. But
This really is astrological gold.
Yeah, and my pinned comment of the Mercury conjuncting Mars in Scorpio, perhaps unseen forces, with this absolute debacle of my visual going on. This is proof positive for me. Okay, I know that might not be enough for the really left brain people out here, but I don't know.
Oh no.
It's pretty there.
Very much so. I mean, it really gets to the, you know, if there's like one thing that doesn't work out, you go like, oh my God, you know, you start fretting it out. How am I going to correct this? What am I going to do? But I mean, it literally is like everybody has been affected almost now, and being cut off or disappears, or, you know, the camera doesn't work. Then all of a sudden somebody hears nothing. Then the next person says something that is not heard anymore. Then we have everything double, but the person who speaks doesn't hear themselves. I mean, I don't know if you can add all that in one package. Even if you would want to plan it, it wouldn't get it like that. So, I mean, that's why I'm saying it's like, at least now we're having fun with it. You know, it's like we say, okay, well, welcome. You know, welcome to the chaotic world that we live in. We're giving the prime example.
I think this is a nod to you, Jay, from Mercury, just saying, job well done.
No kidding.
I'm here. I'm present.
Exactly.
And everyone else is doing a good job too.
And it's probably testing the crap out of your Virgo stellium and Virgo South Node. You're probably, I can just feel it. I can feel the meltdown. But it's good.
It's such a good teaching moment too, because we always say when Mercury is influential or there's Mercury retrograde, like this kind of stuff happens, you know, and you just have to laugh at it, and you know,
exactly.
What's the lesson? What's the Mercury retrograde intervention? Like, what's going on?
That's it. I mean, Mercury in the end is the trickster, isn't he? Right? And we have, and as you guys pointed out, we have a Mercury-Mars conjunction coming up. The moon today is in sextile to Mercury as well. And on top of it, of course, we do have a Virgo MC for the 1144 elective chart that we have. So Mercury is basically the ruler of the business. So yes, definitely, he makes himself known. And keep in mind that we also have, of course, a couple of other planets in that chart that make themselves definitely noted. So, for example, we have the triangle, the grand trine between Uranus, Pluto, and the ascendant Virgo, ascendant Virgo and Venus in Libra. So they're in a grand trine. So what do we have? It somehow it works, but it's like, you know, it's transforming. Yeah, we have to redo the whole thing because all of a sudden it shuts off. That was Uranus playing its little, you know, games with us. So I don't know, but yeah, take it in stride, take it with humor, and maybe this is actually what this inauguration or launch show was all about. You know, that, you know, we have people here that are good with planning and understanding the universe and the planets, and no matter what you do, they do have their own energy, they have their own head, and you can do whatever you want. You know, it's it's just go with the flow. You know, that's all you can do, and you know, make a good face to the bad situation or something like that. But in the end, like I said, I think it was actually, in a way, it was actually fun now because it enlivened the situation. Maybe it was not as much fun as audience looking at it and going like, okay, what's going on now? Why do I hear this person? Why don't I hear that person? Why did they completely drop off live stream? I would love to know why that happened. I mean, now it just works fine. Why after 10 minutes would the live stream end all of a sudden? Nobody touched any button, nothing. So that makes no sense whatsoever. Annie, by the way, do you hear us now? Maybe you can say a few last words, because what you said earlier was not caught either, because it was cut off. Can you say, talk a little bit about yourself one more time and what you're going to do together with Richard on Thursdays?
Sure. Sorry about earlier. My name's Annie. I also have over a decade of study in astrology, and I like natal and predictive. I love to do synastry, honestly. And what we intend to cover with Richard, we wanted to do something very deep. We both have Scorpio moon, so we want to go underneath. We want to unearth the chart, like really highlight some of the aspects of people that people aren't seeing within themselves. I believe astrology is a gateway, a great tool to get to our inner soul. And yeah, we're excited to do some guests and just really what's coming up, some pop culture maybe.
Yeah. Okay, great. That sounds all good. So I would say with these words, things are in flux as we see. And just like our guests and our stars are popping in and out of our cafe. Actually, that's another thing. We're in Cafe C, and people are popping in and out of the cafe, just like you're sitting in a cafe and people come in and they leave. It's like I said, it's almost like we're getting the universal support saying, yes, look, a cafe has a situation that is not static. People come and people go. Some are heard and some are not. Some are seen and some are not. So yes. So I guess I don't know. Chose the right topic. Chose the right time for bringing the message across in many different ways. So, and Richard is with us again. So are you here or are you gone? You never know where you are you? Do you?
That part, I can hear everyone just fine.
Okay, now that you're the last one and we could not really hear you before the first time we were offline, and the second time your audio didn't work, maybe three's a charm. So why don't you try it?
They say save the best for last. What can I say?
Yes.
My name is Richard. I usually go by Chase. I'm an Aquarius. I don't know. I'm just me. What you see is what you get. Very intuitive. Let's see. Annie and I will be every Thursday. I don't know. You just have to stay tuned and watch, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be exciting.
Yep. So what will you bring to the fold that makes it exciting?
Myself, all that's needed.
Well, of course. Tell us a little bit about more what that is. What makes you exciting?
It's not something I can explain. It's something you have to stay tuned and come and watch.
See, that's
it's better that way.
That's the way you have to say that. So exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to experience me. I'm a one-man show. That's just what I am.
Well, it's going to be an Annie and I show, but yes, it's going to be very entertaining.
It's exactly. So the two of you have a great energy. I can tell that already. And hopefully then in your meeting room, maybe you want to test it. You want to test the meeting room, the StreamYard Cafe before you actually do it the first time. So as you see, we do end up having some glitches going on. I don't know. As a matter of fact, just to say face to everybody, I don't know if anything could have done differently, because the microphones working, not working, or us dropping the stream in the middle of it. There was nothing I could do about it, right? Or that my camera doesn't work. There's nothing I can turn on or turn off, or could have set up differently. So this is just like the way it is sometimes. And so for all of you also that are going to be the room hosts, as you see, if something goes wrong, don't lose your wits. Don't just like faint. Just try to work and go with the punches. Roll with the punches, as they say.
Just breathe.
Exactly. Breathe and make light of it and say like, okay, well, I guess the universe wants us to look at this from this perspective now. So let's work with that. Let's incorporate it into our show today. So, yep. All right. Well, then I thank everybody. Time to breathe. And again, thank you. I'm so happy that everything is now ready to go and you're ready to go. So please, public, if you listen to it, book with the people that you want to book with. we are all great in our own different ways, and we are happy to welcome you to ASTROMEGISTUS and to our different shows. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here and for listening. And again, apologies that sometimes the technology didn't really work the way it usually does. So thank you again for everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.